What's going on, guys? Today, I just wanted to make this quick video talking about this news right here about the movie and the Saw franchise, the brand new film Saw X. This is apparently the official logo, from Discussing Films. It shows here. And yeah, I wanted to talk about this for a second. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and we're just gonna get right into it. So, like I said, I just saw this and today, and it says discussing. It's from Discussing Films, and it says official logo for Saw X in theaters October 27th. So yeah, it's interesting. The main reason I wanted to make this video is because I am gonna plan to see this movie. I don't know if I'm gonna see it in theaters though, to be honest. But I am gonna see this movie and review it and whatnot. But the thing is though is that I've only ever seen like maybe the first two Saw movies, and that was like years ago. So it's like my memory with the Saw franchise was not that. It's very blurry, at least with the first two that I seen, years ago. Like I just said, my memory is just blurry for those movies. Like I don't remember anything at all. So I'm not really that caught up with this franchise as a whole. So I have to go back and watch all these movies, all the 9 of these movies, including the first 2, because I haven't seen them in so long. So yeah, I'm gonna watch all 9 of the Saw movies in this franchise before Saw X releases. And yeah, I'm basically just gonna catch up to it, so that way I won't have to rewatch all of them, I guess. I don't know if there's any kind of continuity within the story for these movies, like if they all play in and tie in together within each film. But I'm still gonna watch all of them in general anyways. So yeah, I mean, that's basically what I'm gonna plan to do. But the thing is though is that the thing is, whenever I watch the first 2, and maybe I'll change my mind, but now, but whenever I watched the first 2 Saw films, I wasn't really that big of a fan of those movies. I didn't really care about the Saw franchise as a whole. It was not a franchise I ever really focused on. And so when it comes to the Saw franchise in general, I'm not really sure if, I'm going to enjoy it as much. I mean, maybe now I will. But, from what I remember, just watching the first 2 a couple years ago, I wasn't really that big on them. I was kind of just like whatever. And, I've heard some fans, I've heard this been said before, and I'm sure some of you have heard this been said before too. But, I've heard the Saw franchise get called it gets called like torture porn or something like that. And, because I do know that and remember that this franchise is big on kills and, machines and, that kind of stuff. This franchise is gory and brutal, and it's very over the top. So I know that about this franchise, but that's basically what I've heard though, is that as some of the complaints that I've heard about this franchise is that it's just torture porn and all this stuff. It's mainly just about blood and gore and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, but I'm still gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a chance and see how I think about it now, and catch up to these movies and watch them and really gather my thoughts about it. And then I'm gonna put it on a scale and see how this franchise holds up, basically. And if I enjoy this franchise, most likely I'm gonna review them, and before Saw X comes out anyway. So yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna be doing here, and basically just trying to see if I'm gonna enjoy them. I'm gonna review them, and yeah, but that's basically what I wanted to come out and say. With this is, the Saw franchise is a movie franchise, horror movie, thriller franchise that I'm trying to get into. So I'm trying to just catch up on all these films and basically just go on this whole journey here. So yeah, I mean, those of you who are big fans of the Saw franchise, though, who are watching this, let me know how you guys feel. Like, do you guys agree with that statement that the Saw franchise is just torture porn and it's just all about the kills? I would like to hear what you guys have to say, because I'm not really sure. I mean, I do remember it as mainly being about the kills from when I saw it a couple years ago, but maybe I'll change my mind and have a different perspective this time when I watch all these movies. So, maybe that's not the case. And yeah, I just wanted to, just to make this video, though, just to let you guys know that I'm going to catch up to all these movies before this Saw X film, the 10th film in the franchise, comes out. And, I've heard some fans say it's a consistent franchise, too. So if that's the case, then I'm excited to get into it and, just enjoy it. But yeah, pretty much this is all I wanted to say. The news I wanted to cover for, Saw X and the franchise as a whole. I just wanted to talk about all of this and, just basically give my thoughts on everything. So yeah, I do like this logo, though. Like the Saw X logo, it looks good. And yeah, I can't wait for whenever it comes out. I am going to watch it, and eventually but like I said, I'm going to catch up on all the previous movies first. And basically, I'm going to review all the movies, like I said. But that's probably going to be a very slow process of me reviewing all these movies, because there's literally 9 films within this franchise, and there's about to be 10 with Saw X. So it's like me reviewing all of them, it's going to be too much for me. I don't really like going through. Well, I can, but like, I don't know. Usually, I like to slowly get into franchises. I don't want to just like go on a whole marathon and just, watch a whole bunch of movies from a franchise. Just, go straight down the line and just, I just, that's just not what I like to do, because even, like if a franchise, it has like 5 movies or 6 movies, then I probably can, slowly I'm going to do it, but I could at least, have I'll most likely want to at least watch all the films within a franchise if there's like 5 or 6 films. But if there's more than that, it makes me just like, I don't know. I'm like, I like, it's like you're basically going for a long ride, basically. And I feel like that's why, even to be honest, that's kind of what I did with the Evil Dead franchise. I mean, there's only 5 films within the Evil Dead movies, and I reviewed all of them recently. But if you guys paid attention, I slowly reviewed all the movies within the Evil Dead franchise. I didn't review them immediately. I took my time watching all the movies within the Evil Dead franchise and reviewing all of them. Like, some movies came out, some reviews for the Evil Dead movies came out right away. Some came out weeks later or a month later. Like, and the Evil Dead Rise, I literally reviewed that like 2.5 weeks ago. So, that basically With just the Evil Dead franchise, there's only 5 movies in that franchise, but I took my time watching all the movies and reviewing them just because, that's kind of what I like to do. Is I like to take my time and gather my thoughts on, the movies that I'm already watching and review those movies. And then maybe a couple of weeks later, I'll go back to it and watch the other films. I don't like to immediately just go on a whole marathon and watch a whole bunch of movies within a franchise, going straight down the line immediately, watching every single one of them. Like, I don't know. I don't, that's just not what I like to do. So, that's why, and I'm even planning on doing, reviews. I'm planning to do, I'm planning to review the Final Destination franchise as well. But that's gonna take, because there's only 5 movies right now, and there's gonna be 6, with Final Destination 6 that's gonna come out. And even with that franchise, like, I've already watched the first one, but I gotta watch 2, 3, 4, and 5 and catch up on those, and then eventually I'm gonna slowly review all of them. And yeah, like I said, I like to take my time. I don't just like to rush everything. It's too much for me, to do that. So yeah, but expect the reviews for the Final Destination franchise and the Saw franchise. I'm not going to review the movies immediately, all of them, but I'm going to slowly review those movies within the Final Destination franchise and the Saw franchise. So expect that to happen. Just slowly, it's going to happen. And yeah, and pretty much that's what I'm going to be doing. But the Saw franchise, I'm going to get into it, watch all the movies. Saw X, like I said, I'm excited to watch it. And, I want to see if I could become a big fan of this franchise before the Saw X comes out and all that stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new, I'd really appreciate it. And, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.